Well, hey folks, welcome back to the channel. And today I have a film that I'm doing basically by request. It was the most requested movie from my Manitou video, and it was released around the same time as the Manitou. And when I was reading all the comments about it, I actually assumed that I hadn't seen this movie already. But then when I looked it up, found the synopsis, I was like, oh yeah, the movie about the mutant bear. So today's movie is Prophecy. Prophecy was released in 1979. It's a sci-fi horror thriller directed by John Frankenheimer. The film follows Dr. Robert Verne and his wife Maggie, played by Talia Shire, Adrian from Rocky. They travel to remote forests of Maine to investigate a dispute between a logging company and a Native American tribe. What begins as a mission to uncover corporate greed quickly turns into a nightmare when they encounter the horrifying results of mercury poisoning in the ecosystem. As they delve deeper, they discover mutated wildlife, including a grotesque, monstrous bear cub born from toxic contamination. The tension escalates as the creature begins terrorizing the forest, leaving a trail of bloodshed in its wake. The film builds suspense, blending ecological themes with body horror, as the Vernes fight to survive against both the mutated beast and the human greed that created it. Now, I was a teenager the last time I saw Prophecy, and that was several decades ago. I had honestly forgotten how good this movie actually is. You almost don't even notice that the monster is barely in the movie until the end. But the film does an expert job of building the tension while you follow the Vernes' investigation. It certainly helps that all the roles in the movie are expertly acted. Even Talia Shire's character, Maggie, is pretty interesting even though she's kind of annoying. She keeps her pregnancy secret for basically the entire movie because she was afraid to tell her husband.
And it's your body and it's your choice. And if what you want to do in this world is make a beautiful baby, then nobody, including a cynical husband, has the right to stand in your way.
Who doesn't want any kids. But by the time she actually reveals it in the movie, you feel like it's way too late. There was really no reason for her to wait that long. She also does what is maybe the dumbest thing in the entire movie. Her husband Rob wants to keep the mutated bear cub alive long enough for the authorities and the manager of the paper mill to see it for proof that the paper mill has been poisoning the environment. Well, while they're trying to escape the wild mother bear, Maggie is carrying the cub. The cub bites her on the neck, and then the scene immediately cuts to something else, and you assume that she dropped the cub because they're trying to run from the mother. But then you see her again trying to cross a pond, and she's still carrying the cub, and it bites her on the neck again. And you're gonna say to yourself, well, why the hell didn't she drop the thing the first time? It bit her on the neck, it drew blood. Why is she still carrying this thing? And this 12-foot monster is chasing them because of the bear cub. But when it comes to silly plot points, that's really about the only thing I could point out. Anything else will be kind of nitpicking. Prophecy is a bit of a slow burn. There isn't a whole lot going on in the first half of the movie, but it's still interesting because the story is pretty interesting and the investigation into what's actually going on does keep your attention. And then there's the whole pregnancy subplot, which adds another layer to the film, even though Talia Shire's character is still kind of annoying. As far as the effects go, this movie's pretty solid. The mutant bear itself is played by none other than Kevin Peter Hall, well before he played the Predator and Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. And for the limited amount of time that the mutant bear is actually on screen, he's got some pretty decent kills, two of which I think are awesome. The first one I want to talk about is during the climax of the film. There's an old man in the movie who's actually pretty important to the plot. Well, he gets absolutely wrecked at the end of the film. Like, I actually felt bad. Someone else should have gotten this treatment and not the old guy. Like, kill him off screen or something. But what's cool about it is that it's a wide shot and a silhouette, and it doesn't look like a dummy's being slung around. I'm not even sure how they did this effect exactly, but it actually looks pretty convincing, and they don't show it for very long, which makes it more effective in my opinion. The second one I want to talk about is, and I'm not exaggerating, one of the greatest kills you're going to see in one of these old horror movies. I mean, in the same movie, dogs, an old man, and a kid get absolutely annihilated. And you kind of just need to see this one to believe it. I mean, holy shit. Who came up with that kill? Who decided that it needed to be a kid? Who decided that the kid needed to try to hop away like he was in a freaking sack race? I always thought that Jason's sleeping bag kill was one of the best ever, but this one tops it. I can only imagine how shocking this would be to somebody in the theater in 1979. It's still shocking now. So from everything I've said, you can probably tell I really enjoyed this movie. Like, it might go on my background movie list for when I don't have anything to watch in particular, and I just kind of need some background noise because I'm doing something else. If you've never seen it and you want to check it out, or it's a movie you remember, you just want to watch it again, it is available on YouTube. It isn't available on the free streaming services as of the time that I recorded this, but I would absolutely suggest that you go on YouTube and watch it, or any other way that you can find it. And once again, I want to shout out everyone that suggested the movie. I can't believe I forgot about it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button for me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'll be back real soon with these old movies that we love.